Let's see if this is better. I don't understand. What would happen if I turned off my Bluetooth? I don't know that it matters. I don't know. We'll just hang out for a second while my team all comes back here. Drink some water. Yes. People are slowly but surely trickling in. I don't know why that happens, guys, and I'm so frustrated that it does. I don't know why. Oh, iTunes is open. We can close that. I try to disconnect from everything that uses internet from my computer. Oh, and I did not disconnect my phone. I try very, very hard to make sure that all of this stuff is disconnected and whatever. Tired. And then the other really fun and exciting piece of news that I have is I have an official live audition for a worship team. Which means that I passed. I just buffered again. Well, I can't help you at this point, Dana, because I reset the thing. So if I'm buffering now, it's probably not on my end. Or if it is on my end, I'm the person who was having a problem, was it last week too? There it goes again. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not meant to do live stream tonight. Maybe it's just telling me to go to bed. Maybe it's just telling me to give up and go to bed because I have done everything possible. Everything possible. The only thing, I'm just in internet hell tonight. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I wonder, would it make any sense that the weather had anything to do with it? No, it's 21 degrees. It's not even that cold. Like, if it was negative temperatures, let's say it was me being here. The weather would have an impact on my internet, but it's not snowing. I'm just talking about the cold. There's no snow. No snow is happening. It's perfect. It was a sunny day all day today. It's just real cold. So I really have absolutely no idea. So what I'm going to do is keep on talking. And if it gets really bad and I don't know, let me know if it's really bad. But if you guys can keep up with the conversation, then I'm just going to keep going because I have nothing to do. Yes, Becky, 21 is not even that cold when you live in Minnesota. Because tomorrow we're supposed to have negative temperatures. We got an email from our association telling us about tomorrow has a low of negative 11. And then Thursday's high is 0. The high is 0. So we're looking forward to that, aren't we? Oh, and that's the day I want to go to Body Pump. I might not get to go to Body Pump at all this week because I had to skip Body Pump today. My word, negative 11. Yeah. So you know that whole I don't respond well to cold thing? Like my disease, my nerves don't respond well to cold. Pray for me. A week ago, I can't remember when that was. But when I met with him, he's like, told me the process of auditioning and whatever. And I really liked what he had to say. And I really follow up and see if there was anything he could do to help me, decide whether or not I wanted to audition. I was like, dude is anxious to get me on the team. And he hadn't even heard me sing. So I ended up compiling a video of clips from me singing at my old worship team. And I grabbed a couple of clips from Christmas and I grabbed some clips from different times because everything for us is uploaded on a private Vimeo site. And apparently you can download stuff off of there, which is great. So I put together, I'm the real deal. I came from a legitimate background and I sent that to him yesterday. And today I got an email saying we would like you to do the live audition for us. And so I got signed up on their thing, which is the same thing my old church used. So I had to figure out how to balance 2 accounts on that. And he goes, and you'll see your audition song in Planning Center. And so I logged in. He assigned me my date scheduled me on Planning Center. And it is a song that I have sung a million times. a million times. And so Eric's like, oh, it's too bad it's not a song you know. So I'm excited. Keep me in your prayers. That happens on the 23rd at 1:30 in the afternoon. I am going to audition for a worship team. And hopefully that will just help grow the whole community thing of moving exponentially. And I don't know. I'm not used to thank you, my friends. And what's really exciting / nerve-wracking is if I get on this team, you guys will be able to watch if you want to, because they live stream their church services. So like it snowed on Sunday. Like it was snowing from like 5 a.m. and onward. And so we're like, this jacks up our church commute. And so we're like, good thing we can live stream. So we sat down, Eric and I sat down on our couch at the church service time, and the church service live streams every single one of their church services. So people who are homebound or people from wherever can also see the worship live. So if I end up on this team, if you guys want to, you'll be able to see it, which is kind of cool. Can you sing something for us? It's okay if you don't want to, because I put you on the spot. I would normally say yes, but I've been talking all day and I just don't have the spunk in me. However, if you message me over on Instagram, I can send you the link to that video, because it is unlisted, so nobody can see it. But if you are desperate to hear me sing, I can. It's Valentine's Day week. I thought that because I think it's wildly appropriate to talk about love on Valentine's Day, as I take a lot of pride in my marriage and the things we do to uphold that marriage. And so I'm totally open to talking about that. But I would also like to talk about self-love. I would like to talk about body love, because I would argue that those are two different things. And my anniversary is today. Happy anniversary, Esther. And hello, welcome back. And Emily, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. Really? Why of all the holidays is Valentine's Day your favorite? I'm just curious. I always thought it was fun because you can like a florist. Yeah, this is a rough week for you, huh? But what would be interesting to you? Have one thought in terms of it's kind of body love, self-love. I made an Amazon purchase yesterday, I think, and it already showed up at my house. But I thought we talked about this briefly last week about maybe doing some sort of Lenten book club type thing over this book. And I think this definitely falls under the self-love, self-care, body love thing. This, of course, is only going to be applicable if you are a Christian or if you are interested in growing your spirituality with God. But I purchased Made to Crave, which is satisfying your deepest desire with God, not food. So it is directly relevant to the content on this channel in every way, shape, or form, because it is about reshifting your focus spiritually, and it's about food and staying away from food as a crutch for everything else that you're looking for in life. Which during this week, that could be love, could it not be? So I ended up purchasing all of these. Were under $10. I paid like $30 with taxes for all of this. I got Made to Crave by Lisa TerKeurst. I got the Participant's Guide, and I'm really mad about this stupid live stream thing because I had everything linked down below for you in the other video. So you could find it right away. The Participant's Guide. They have a devotional, guys. They have an actual little 60-day devotional, which I thought was so cool. So if enough people are interested, we could do this as like a study together over Lent. If you're interested in that, let me know, because I'm going to do it personally. but I need enough people to be interested in order to broadcast it. So the old video, the old live stream has all the links. I can post them to the description box of this later, and I'll do like an announcement in a vlog or something if we decide that this is what we're going to do. But then we can get together and live stream or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but I think this would be really good. I think this would be really good. Let's see, because everything is pink and sparkly and it's just fun. You can make whatever you want out of it. When I was single, I would do a get together. Now I'm dating. I love doing over the top dates. I love it, Emily. I love it. We're talking about self-love and my plans for Valentine's Day definitely apply. Yes. And we could talk about Valentine's. And I don't just mean about Valentine's Day. Like Valentine's Day week. I just thought it was a good opportunity to open up the discussion of self-love, body love, what we think all that is. I'm very wary of opening up the can of worms that is body love and body positivity, because I have a very particular definition of those things, which some people could find. Some people will. You won't hold a grudge against me, regardless of what my opinion is, but everyone has a different opinion on the body love movement. And when I'm saying body love today, my friends, I'm not talking about the Kelly LeVeque book, although it's a good book and you all should read it because it's full of wonderful information. Audio once, and I need to sit down. I remember thinking this is a book I need to sit down and read. It's not even that long, guys. 216 pages. It's not even that long. But I thought this would be a good thing to add to my collection. So, yeah, where do we start? Where do we start with this conversation, my friends? Because I'm not entirely sure where to start. I can tell you what our plans for Valentine's Day is, and while I'm talking, fill up that chat roll, which I think is over here, but I'm not exactly sure because comments stopped scrolling, and now I'm always paranoid when things don't scroll for too long if you guys just stop talking or if the chat is broken because sometimes the chat breaks on me and I never know. Things are so close together. Why don't we do Valentine's Day in like the summer? Like just forego Valentine's Day. And we did, and we never made up for it in the summer. Do you ever use the Blue Jean app? It's good for group conversation. No, I have absolutely no idea what that is. But I'm intrigued. I'll write it down and research about it later. Blue Jean? Okay. My biggest problem is how to love myself. I mean, seriously, people say you can't love others until you love yourself. And I just don't know how to do that. How do you all do that? Ooh, more interesting conversation than my Valentine's Day plans. I like that. That is a great question. That is a great question. And it's hard. It is absolutely hard. And it is something that I struggle with regularly because there are days I have to catch myself in the mirror, especially with the whole weighing myself daily thing. There are days that I'm feeling stellar about myself, regardless of what the scale says. It has nothing to do with what the scale says because I'm weighing myself, right? And there are days that I catch myself saying something like, "Oh," like you just look at you poking at myself or whatever, and I have to immediately change the narrative because, and for me personally, my contentment in myself and my love of myself comes from my faith because I know that God created me and I take joy and pride in that. I am his creation. So for me, my faith truly plays a huge role in my acceptance of who I am right now, because not only did he create this body that I have image issues with a lot of times, but I also have to accept the fact, and this is how I'm so positive when I can talk about my disease that is supposed to deteriorate me. He made me like this. For what reason, I don't know, but the fact is here I am, just like this. And that's what I have to work with. And so I have to pour as much love and care into this vessel so I can do the work I'm supposed to do as possible. That being said, it's so much on this one on my own. Come on. This whole conversation will probably have me pulling from my Rachel Hollis dictionary a lot. But she also used to struggle with body image and everything like that. And every time, the first way you can start is you need to start thinking of yourself in a positive light. And one of the easiest ways to do that, one of the best ways to overcome so many different things, anxiety, sadness, discontent, and all the things, is to come at it from a place of gratitude. And you can do that with your body as well. And that is what I do with my body regularly, especially on days that I am struggling either with body image or if I'm physically struggling, days that I can't hold things, days that I keep tripping over myself. The other day I tripped, and like when I trip, normally I go down. I managed to trip, and I managed to move my other leg out fast enough to catch myself before I fell. And I was like, oh my gosh, look what I just did. I didn't dwell on the fact that I tripped. I dwelled on the fact that I was able to stop it before it became something worse, which is amazing. And it's not always how it happens. So you definitely have to approach, I think, one of the best ways to approach this is first, and sometimes it can be hard, but let's be honest. How many of us step out of the showers and we see ourselves in our towel or in nothing at all? And that's when we start to get all pokey and proddy and negative on ourselves. Next time you do that, next time you see yourself in the mirror, next time when you go to the bathroom and get ready for bed, you need to, every time you catch yourself saying something negative, you have to switch it to a positive. If you catch yourself saying, oh, I'm so fat, or whatever it is, or pudgy, I like to talk about my rolls. I have so many rolls sometimes depending on what I'm wearing. And I'm just like, oh, horrible. And I even did it today. And I'm like, no, but look at these shoulders you've been working on. Look at these. You are strong. And like, it sounds so hippy dippy, woo woo, whatever. But seriously, the second you start talking to yourself from a place of thank you, body, for all of the things you do. A lot of you are mothers, I'm assuming, right? You know what kind of crazy your body went through to achieve what you achieved? That's pretty badass, right? It is something that I will not experience, but I can have an appreciation for what you ladies went through and how your bodies were never the same because of it. Things that perk up my self-image. So for example, a fresh set of nail polish, there's nothing that powers me up more than a nice fresh set of glittery nails on these hands. On these hands that are so broken, I'm like, they don't work, but at least they look pretty. You know? Or get your eyebrows done, or go get a facial, or treat yourself to a new lipstick or something that just makes you feel like, I am feeling myself. And it could be the simplest little thing, the simplest thing. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by my mouse that keeps disconnecting apparently. So like what disconnect has happened that you need to reconnect in order to connect with yourself in a place of love and positivity? Now, I think I'm going to give me a second to scroll through the chat, but I think my thoughts on body positivity might help some of you in terms of body love, because correct me if I'm wrong, is the reason you are struggling with loving yourself because you have things that you feel you want to fix? Is that the problem? Answer that while I read my chat here. I love certain elements of yourself. For example, I may not love the way I look or my body, but I know I'm a darn good human who does my very best for others, and I do love that. That's great, Rosie. I'm divorced, but I have 3 awesome granddaughters, so I'm excited to see them. Excellent, Tracy. For me, body image itself is the least of my problems. It goes so much deeper than my physical appearance. And I think there's power in the fact that you know that, Alyssa. That because a lot of people will claim it's just body image issues, but it's not, and they won't accept that. And so the fact that you realize that allows you to take action for the root of the problem, which I think is great. My best time is the shower because it makes myself dance. And yeah, mine's deeper than physical. I did a lot of physical labor. It kept me out of my own head too long. When I got really sick, I felt like my body betrayed me and I lost my identity. But I feel lost. I assume I turn into a butterfly soon. Yes, I feel there are things that need to be fixed. Okay. what my personal views on body positivity are, because there are different legs to this whole body positivity, body love movement. And on the one hand, and this is the part that people are going to hate, I am not on the team of body positivity being your excuse for not being healthy. And I don't care. Like, people are going to hate that, and people watching the replay, I will probably lose subscribers for saying stuff like that. But I don't believe that is what body positivity, I don't believe that's what the body positivity movement is meant to be. It is not meant to give you permission to stay 300 pounds overweight, because I love my body regardless of the fact I'm however many pounds. Like, I, honest to God, don't think that is the point of body positivity at all. At all. Am I saying to anybody, and if I pick a random number and it happens to be yours, I mean no offense, but if you are 300 pounds, and am I telling you not to love your body? Not at all. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying love your body so much that you want to make healthier decisions for your body so you can be even better than you already are. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that true body love and body positivity, I think, is feeling great about the body that you're in and being so in love with it that you want nothing but good things for it. Like, if you love your body, if you love your body right now as it is, you're not going to want to sabotage it with crap. You're not going to want to fuel it with junk, because would you do that to a friend? If it's your best friend's body that we're talking about here, and you had the power to dictate how that body was treated, how would you treat that body? Because in my opinion, it is the most banging body. You will treat it as the temple that you are saying it is. And so that means if you are 300 pounds or 500 pounds or whatever it is, you're still feeding yourself junk. You don't love yourself. You don't. You love having an excuse to eat like crap and be lazy in the name of love for yourself. But that's not love. I'm the queen of tough love, ladies and gentlemen. That's not real love. Tough love is what you need. It's what all of us need. None of us are perfect. And I am not preaching from a state of, I've got it all figured out. No. That is not what I'm doing. I am working with this too. But I have moments within the looking at myself in the mirror and going, oh, Brianna, come on, get it together. But I can be like, oh, but look, up over here, you got some of those abs popping through. Like, you're starting to get a shadow. You go, girl. You know what? If you stayed on track with your points, and I think queen is an understatement there. If you stay on track with your points, and if you go to the gym and you keep working those abs, you see those little shadows that you're getting, they're going to get better. And then you're going to be so proud of yourself, because one of your 2020 goals is to get those defined abs. And look, you are on your way because you're doing the work. And that is body love, my friends. Putting in the work to make sure that you're 30 pounds overweight, so be it. Like, don't focus on the number, but you got to focus on how you feel. And I cannot for the life of me imagine the people that are hundreds of pounds overweight feel good. I just can't. Like, life is harder when you have more to move around. And that's just fact. So my thought on body love is you need to love yourself now, right now as you are. You need to go and you need to look yourself in the mirrors, and you need to say, because I can see my body in the camera, but you need to be like, I love you. And like, you need to figure out what junk up here you need to get rid of in order to accept this for what it is. But you don't have to believe that loving yourself and loving your body means you have to be complacent with what you have right now. This doesn't have to be the end of like, oh, I love myself now, so that means that there's a disconnect between my weight loss goals and the fact that I love myself. That's not the case. My body regardless, because he loves my body. I'm like, well, if he thinks my body's all right, then my body's got to be all right, right? Like, just having that other perspective of him being like, he doesn't care if I'm in sweatpants. He's still like, let's go. And that should say something to me about the state of my body. If he can love it, I can love it too. Get it together. Why can't I do that? I should be the one to love my body even more. But loving my body now will encourage me to make the decisions that will help me be even stronger, even healthier, have even more energy, and thus creating the cycle that will generate even more love for my body, which will create the desire to do more positive things for my body, and on and on and on it goes. If you love your body, you will love it enough to take care of it. End of discussion. So Cindy, I don't want you to think that because if you decide that you love yourself, it means that you decided you don't want to lose weight anymore, because that's not what it is. You can do both. I firmly believe that you can do both. I firmly believe that true body love is doing both. If you are somebody who is overweight, I think when you get down to a healthy weight range, and if it starts to become a vain issue, an ego issue, then you got to check yourself. But if you really love yourself, I think that's my opinion. So that being said, let me see what comments I started up here, and keep comments coming, keep things coming, keep questions coming, keep conversational topics coming while I catch up on things. I was proud of my strength. It was never the fancy girl, but I wanted to be that. I was the person that cut trees, mowed lawns, and I hear get used to the new mom, but I don't know what that is. What do you want it to be, Renee? Just out of curiosity. I'm feeling better than I did a year ago. That's great. Are you aware of Amberlynn Reed? She's about 525 pounds and a train wreck. No, I have no idea who that is. And she doesn't sound like the kind of person that I want to know who she is. Not like, I love people. But I have a really hard time with people who don't want to help themselves, because I don't get it. And that could just be a personal thing. Because for me, I've literally worked my tail off my entire life to be able to move. So I understand hardships. I understand physical disabilities. I understand mental disabilities. I understand and am open to all of those things. But I firmly believe that you have to want to help yourself. And the one type of person I really can't stand is the person who won't. Like, truly. So, like, 525 pounds in a train wreck. She doesn't sound like the kind of person that I want to be exposing myself to, because I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. Now, if she is 525 pounds and trying to get her act together, I'd be on board. If I really loved myself, I would be an entirely different person, and that goes beyond my physical body. But if you love yourself, you will want to treat it better and do better. Exactly. I believe that too. It's just, how do I love myself now so that I will want to do better? Like, I feel like I'm not worth the love until I lose weight. Cindy, tell me 3 awesome things about you. Let's play Get to Know Cindy. Tell me some things about you. Something you've accomplished, something you've done, your favorite memory. Do you have a random hobby or a random talent or a random skill? Tell us something about you. I found that talking, I am faithful. I am smart. Cindy, are you a Christian? Just out of curiosity. I know 2 languages. Cool. That's one more language than I know. I found talking with my boyfriend helps me look better at my body, because he does accept mine. It's always harder when we can't talk, but the days I don't ache help too. Yeah, there's just something about, like I said, with my husband, he's like, any weight is for me, because my husband's seen me at my skinniest. He met me at one of my biggest weights, and we still managed to end up together. So he's loved my body at any size, which is awesome. And it's something that I have to remember, because even on the days that I'm like, oh, I feel terrible, Studying different faiths, questioning, okay, what do I believe? Okay. Thank you for your honesty there. Because as I say, if you are a Christian, or if you are looking into God as a whole, and I don't know too much about other religions, but I know there are a lot of religions that all rely on one God. And he made you. So maybe that's definitely a heart check. If you are questioning and in the beginning stages of like, I think something's out there, I know something's out there, but I can't decide what that is. God, like, from my perspective, God made you and you are his creation, and all of God's creations are beautiful. And if God can love you, why can't you love you? So that's something to ponder as you continue your deep dive. I don't want to get onto like a big old preacher's box when it's not asked of me. But just something to consider. And you are smart, that's great. And you are faithful, and that's great. And you are open to sharing, which I love. We all love having you here. There are many great things about you. Now I want to take it a step further. Tell me something on your body that you love. It could be anything. For the longest time, my answer was always my eyes, because I have some pretty cool eyes. And then this stupid eye problem happened, and I'm like, well, my eyes are really cool, but this eye is a pain in the you-know-what. So now I have I have a mixed relationship with these eyes, but my eyes are pretty fantastic because they change colors. And so that was always my answer. And now you guys know I'm feeling my shoulders. You know, you like your smile. That's great. And so every time you look in the mirror, smile at yourself. And so you can look, despite anything else that you might be having a problem with, you've got a killer smile, and you can speak 2 languages, which is awesome. So that's where you start. It seems so this. You know, I'm pretty good at this. You know, I've got this going on for me too. Like, you know that, or like, do you have like that pair of jeans, or that one dress, or that something that you just feel fantastic in, or that red lipstick or something? Like, you got to do things to boost yourself any and every way possible. That whole fake it till you make it thing. Like, even if you feel like you're over the top ridiculous telling yourself a million things that you love about yourself every time you're in the mirror, do it anyway, because eventually you'll start to believe it, you know? And then at the same time, make sure that even though you're like, I'm not there yet with the healthy eating and the this and the that, that's another thing that you could just do out of, I should be doing this. Like, I haven't, the disconnect between the love and the body love side of it might be still disconnected, but if you do this thing and you work on this thing, eventually it'll all come together, and that's when magic really starts to happen, I think. And again, just my 2 cents. I'm still losing weight, but I'm focusing on the little progress since then. I can stay on my feet for 10 hours without any pain. Couldn't do that a year ago. Yes. And that is why back to my whole stance on body positivity. Like, you just feel better. When you lose weight, you're healthier, and you feel better, and you can do more things, and that's awesome. Right? God made everyone with a purpose in mind. Sure did. Still trying to figure out what mine is, but I know it's there. And I'm working out because I'm actually starting to enjoy how it makes me feel. And that makes me personally so happy, because I feel like I dragged you to the gym without actually dragging you, because we live on opposite sides of the country. But that makes me very happy to hear. Very happy to hear. Not because I want to burn calories or feel like I need to. I'm actually enjoying it. Yes! To me, those are more important than anything else. Yes, I agree, Lissa. Those are exactly what's more important. But also, what is happening because of those things? Like, you're now to the place where you are focused on, hey, I exercise because it makes me feel good. But in turn, that exercise is also helping you lose weight and shrink in size, which is an amazing side effect to the fact that you're doing something that makes you feel good. Like, how amazing is that relationship right there? It's awesome. was hoping it would make me feel better. It took months before that actually happened. I guess this is where people say losing weight won't make you happy. You have to love now to be the yeah. So it's true. If you're miserable now and you think losing weight's gonna make you happy, it's not. You're just gonna be miserable and skinnier. That's all. Because it all takes up here. That's what the entire game is, and it takes here. The body will come. The body will come, but what good is the body you've always wanted if you still don't have what it takes up here? What good is that? It's not. Like true happiness, content here. As it is. And then you can work towards the new things, the good things. But if they don't happen, you're not devastated, So there's and contentment from this material girl. I'm living in a material world, and I am a material girl. Learning how to be content with what I already have, and not making that thing that I want the end all be all, but rather, it would be nice, but if it doesn't happen, it's okay, is life changing. I love sitting in chairs that are bigger. No. Oh, and I froze, and I'm fully aware of it that time. Oh, we're going to keep on keeping on. Do you get frustrated with the health at any size movement? They basically believe you can be a healthy person despite being obese. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about here. I believe you can be healthier, but at the end of the day, if you are carrying excess fat on your body, and I don't mean like I'm carrying excess fat on my body, but one could argue I'm actually a very healthy human being, all things considered. But if I decided not to lose weight anymore, I'd be like 20 pounds above the BMI limit or whatever, but I could be told I'm a healthy human being and be done with it. But I want to lose weight because I know it's going to help me move better. A little bit less weight means less weight that these legs have to carry around. And that's what I'm going for. But if you are 200 pounds overweight, I do not believe at all that you can be healthy. Can you be healthier than someone else who is your weight and has a lot of health problems on top of it? Absolutely. But I firmly do not believe if you've got fat around your organs, you're not healthy. No. So that's I am not on team that. I am on team love yourself at any size. But if you really love yourself, you will love yourself enough to get healthy. That's basically to sum it up. And like I said, I know that's very, very controversial and very not what is on trend right now. And I don't care because that's the truth. I feel guilty when I miss a workout. Well, I don't preach guilt when you miss a workout, sir. Because I'm the queen right now of having to sacrifice sometimes workouts for the sake of a rough day with my disease. And that's weird for me. And I've been stubborn for long enough that I've not done that. I have decided many, many days, I have to go to the gym because I have to go to the gym. Even though I can barely hold myself up, I have to go to the gym. And now in my ripe old age of 33, I have finally decided that you know what? It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it to go and half-ass the workouts at the gym for days if missing one extra day and resting and recovering actually results in better workouts in the long run. It's taken me forever. It has taken me forever to accept that, but I am genuinely in the stage of life where I'm giving up perfection, which is really hard for me to do. I am a firstborn child, ladies and gentlemen, and I am a textbook firstborn out of 3 children. We are a textbook birth order study, my siblings and me. And that's hard to give up that kind of perfection and things like that. I want to be Superwoman. Or Wonder Woman. I'll take any of them. I don't care. I'll be Wonder Woman. I'll be Superwoman. I want to be one of those spectacular women that can do all of the things. And I am just now accepting the fact that I can't be. And I actually did a blog post about this earlier this week that because I've started to give up these perfections, I in turn an extra rest day during the week. So now I have rest days on Sundays and Wednesdays. Although tomorrow, hopefully I will work out, because if I don't, that means I didn't work out Monday. No, I did not work out Monday. I went to Target on Monday, which was my workout. And I didn't work out today because I was in a doctor's office all day. But generally, I've upped it to two rest days a week. That's one less day that I feel pressured to work out in some way, shape, or form. I have also given up my last 90 days 5:30 a.m. wake up. I now sleep until 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning because I have learned that I can sacrifice 1 hour of my day to wake up a little bit later and actually get the rest that this body needs during the winter, because wintering to get half of my to-do list done because I have the energy to do none of it. Mathematically, which one's the right answer? Wake up an hour earlier and struggle all day, or sleep in for 1 hour and actually be able to accomplish life? So I've given up 5:30 a.m. for the winter. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to that once it warms up, but right now it's just not possible because of the physical toll that winter is taking on my body. I've given up an extra workout during the week for the sake of more rest and recuperation. I have given up staying within my daily points for the sake of my protein count, and the protein makes me feel incredible. Incredible. And so is that trade worth it? Well, the scale has been generally going down. Yeah. So I think that it absolutely is worth it. I'm getting more energy from my food because I'm willing to let go of that. I must stay on my 26 points. It's amusing you refer to 6:30 sleeping in. It's true. It's true. Today I slept in until 6:30. Like really sleeping in for me, hardcore sleeping in is 7:30. That's like, whoa. But I spent the last 90 days of the year getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I found protein makes me feel better too. Yeah. Yeah. And so like, what's more important? Me getting an excessive amount of protein or me staying to my 26 points? And so I've given up the 26 points and I regularly dip into my weeklies. Last week, I freaking ate all of my weeklies and I don't even know how many of my fit points, but I got to my protein goals. And so the point is this, in sacrificing this perfection, I'm sacrificing my not using any weeklies or waking up at 5:30 or getting to the gym 6 days a week. In sacrificing those things, I found that I'm working out harder when I go work out. I found that I have the energy to actually accomplish things during the day. I have found that I am more satisfied with what I eat and I feel more energized and full. Gracie, where is Gracie? Where's Gracie? Oh, I don't see her. She must have just walked by. And all of those things. I've sacrificed things and I'm in turn getting the power to actually accomplish the things that the perfection set out to do to begin with. I don't know how that works, but it's working for me. And it's very weird. It's very, very weird, and I don't understand it. But my point is sometimes we got to let go a little bit to find what we're looking for. You know, if perfection's not working, then something else has got to be the answer. And for me, that's exactly what happened. Even last night I took a rest day because I was too emotionally drained Friday morning. It's amusing for I found protein. I aim for 6 days a week, but I don't beat myself up if I only do 5. This might be a 5-day week based on how I'm feeling. Oh, here comes the yawning. Here comes the yawning. Once the warmer months come and the sun comes up earlier, it'll be easier to make those 5:30 wake-up calls more joyfully. Absolutely. And I fully intend on going back to that because I really do enjoy being up before the sun so I can watch the sunrise. Because it rises on this side. So I'm either in the kitchen, like getting my coffee and I see it through the window, or I'm up here and I can sit at my desk with my coffee and I can watch the sunrise. And I've been loving that. And I get kind of bummed if I sleep in so much that like the sun's already up and blazing and I missed it. But I agree. Once it's warmer outside, I am very excited to regularly hop out of bed with a lot more joy and spunk than I have been. But for now, what my body needs in order to function, strictly because of my disease, unfortunately, like, I don't want it to be like this. I want to still get up at 5:30 in the morning. But the reality is, while on a day-to-day, I don't feel impacted by my disease, the reality is I am impacted by it, and I just choose to ignore it most of the time. And I can't ignore it this winter. I can't. It has gotten to the point of, like, I struggle with energy and I struggle with strength if I don't get enough rest. And sleep has to be the priority. It has to be. And as much as that pains me, it's the reality. Oh. And my random headache came back. That's super fun. I keep getting headaches right here, right in my temples. And I thought it was because I hadn't really eaten much since breakfast this morning, except for my Built Bar. And I ate plenty of food. Came home, had a big old salad and a piece of Portillo's chocolate cake. This Chicago girl is a happy girl, and my headache came back. I think I just need sleep. This was a day. I'm doing good if I work out for 20 minutes 3 times a week. That's my goal. That's a good goal. I try to work out at least 3 times a week. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I love it. In September and October, I was outside walking when the sun rose, and that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm the only dude here, methinks. You are absolutely right. You probably are the only dude. I have occasional men that show up. My buddy John usually shows up on Friday. I have a buddy Mick who usually shows up on Friday. I have one guy who I know watches my live streams on repeat because he can't join us on Tuesday nights. But my demographic is primarily women, but you are more than welcome here. My favorite thing was to go walk the length of the beach. Yes. Ooh. Sorry if I took the chat in a different direction, but you helped me. Thank you. No, that's exactly, Cindy, that's exactly what this chat was meant to be. Because I know we're supposed to chat about love and Valentine's Day, and we can still chat about whatever, in terms of like love and romance and whatever. But that was the point. So thank you for prompting it, because while we are all of different marital statuses here and relationship statuses here, one thing that we all need is to be able to love ourselves. And that is directly relatable to the content I create on this channel. So actually, you helped drive the point home. So thank you. It would be if the sunrise is prettier. More women struggle with their weight. Men tend to have faster metabolisms. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And my channel is definitely a space that is geared towards women. And that's okay. And the occasional man, like one of the guy who keeps watching my things on repeat is Jordan. So hey Jordan, when you're watching this, who runs the iTrack Bites live streams on Instagram. So he and I are good buddies. We're both iTrack Bites ambassadors. So he watches my content to support me, which is wonderful. But for men and women, it's very different. It really is. Like the concepts are all the same, but the execution and the struggles we have day to day are very different. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Trudy's here. Hello. To get more sleep is to love myself. It's true. And one more big caveat, is that the word? To get more sleep is to love myself. Sarah, I 100% agree. Until you start using self-love as an excuse to be lazy. And that goes all the way back to what I said before. That was the whole point of me having an issue with the body positivity thing. Absolutely. If you need to sleep, and everybody needs to sleep, you need to find out what the best amount of sleep is for you. And you need to make sure that you get that sleep so you are energized and ready to hit the ground running. If you are claiming sleep just as an excuse to sleep in all day, every day, and run late and be a lazy bones in bed, that's not self-love. That's an excuse. But if you need the sleep, please get the sleep. Your girl needs the sleep, as evidenced by the millions of yawns that have happened in the last 10 minutes. Which is why my number one advice for weight loss is that you shouldn't pick a 17-year-old boy to be your weight loss buddy. No, you shouldn't. Like I said, my husband is tracking and everything, and I did look at him, or was it earlier this week or last week or something, as he was, asking me the calories of something that I cooked. And I looked at him and I was like, you know what's really going to suck? And what? I go, when you actually decide that you're going to do this and you drop 10 pounds in, I don't know, the blink of an eye, and then you just get to go back in your merry way of eating everything under the sun with no consequences, and I'm still stuck here. And he's going to smile at me. Like, he understands. He doesn't get, like, no man can understand what a woman goes through. But he gets it because he's seen the battle that I've gone through our relationship and everything. And I'm like, and you stupid men can just show up and build a bunch of muscle and drop a bunch of weight in the blink of an eye. And us women are sitting here, and it could be, the week before our periods, and then we're all screwed. Like, my husband and I used to go to WWE together. Leader would always announce his weight loss, and his wife still weighs the same. Why would they do that? Oh, your leader was horrible, Renee. Right. My hubby just went on WW and lost 6.8 pounds week 1. Not lazy, avoiding burnout. I get up at 5:30 every day. Then absolutely, Sarah, you prioritize that sleep. You go to bed now, man. Seriously. I lift weights, build muscle, and muscle burns fat and raises metabolism. Absolutely. But did you also know, my male friend that's hanging out here tonight, that it takes women one third longer to burn the same amount of calories as you? Which means if you and I were doing the same thing, the exact same thing, at the exact same intensity, with the exact same heart rate and everything, what you burned in an hour, I would need at least an hour and 20 minutes to match. Simply because I'm a woman. That's it. It doesn't matter what it is. And that blows. But it's the truth. It's the reality. And it's the, back to, remember the guy I was talking about, James Smith, the Australian trainer, who is a man, emphasizing all of this stuff about women, and like, hey, we as men and as women, you guys all need to understand that this is what's happening in your body. Stop comparing yourself to men, because you can't compare yourself to men. There's just, you guys don't understand that what's an hour to him is not an hour to her. It's not the same. And which is why I love this guy. He's a little bit crude for my taste, but I follow him on Instagram because he's full of really good information. Really good information. Also, completely irrelevant, but along the topic of too crude for my taste. So I turned on, have you guys heard of the Apple Plus TV show, The Morning Show, starring Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston and Stephen Carell? Cute little naive Brianna decided to turn it on the other day because I thought with a cast like that, it would be a comedy. Knowing nothing about the show other than it's about a morning talk show, and that those 3 actors were the main characters. I thought comedy, lighthearted, funny show about the morning show. There was more swearing in the first 10 minutes of that show, and like darkness, and I was like, I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear Eric from upstairs going, well, and like we are not swearing type people. Eric's like, what are you watching? I'm like, I thought it was gonna be funny. Now it's intriguing, so I'm still watching it, but I was just like, I really thought I was getting into a good lighthearted comedy here, and it is not a good lighthearted comedy at all. So there's that. Right now, self-love is me allowing myself not to track and not to feel guilty about it for weeks, but to start intermittent fasting again, down 6.6 in 2 weeks. Good job. Gracie. Is Gracie here? Do I not see my dog? Gracie, where are you? I don't see my dog. What? Are you guys seeing like ghosts of Gracie? Where is Gracie? Gracie! Interesting. Is it because they have more muscle mass? It must be. And because they're men? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea why it is, but that's what James Smith was telling us. Like, it takes women a third more time to do the exact same calorie burn as men when they are doing the same work. Crazy. My ex-best friend would lose if and have 1,000,000 points for dinner. I wouldn't. I was pressured into eating the same foods. Yeah, you can't do that. I have, like, just the other day, yesterday, when I was meal prepping, I made 2 different stuffed peppers for Eric and I. Mine had cauliflower rice in it. Eric's had quinoa in it because he can eat more and he can have more carbs and more volatility. I just made 2 separate, the woman's dish and the man's dish. Not to sound like we aren't equal or anything, but in a lot of things we're not. We have to accept the fact that we are women and men and our bodies act differently, and that just is how it is. Our leader was nuts. She spent most of the time telling who whistled at her and how to get as many alcoholic drinks worked into the program and still lose weight. Oh, she sounds horrible. I hate when language just ruins a show. When it's overused, I just can't. This same. And I'm like, I can respect the well-placed F-bomb, but if you can't handle swearing, don't turn on the show because you won't. Like, even I'm very, very liberal in terms of what I listen to. I'm much more conservative in how I speak myself, but I will watch something if it is good content. And I'm enjoying the plot line of the show, but I'm just like, why are we just yelling F-bombs to yell them? Why? I don't understand. Yeah, she walked in and then walked out. Oh, there she is. She's over. You guys can't see her. She's looking down. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if I can. No. Oh, there's no way for me to show you. She is that way, overlooking the out the banister. So she's managed to come upstairs. Gracie, come here. Everybody wants to see. Come here. Come on. I know, Daddy's not home yet, and I know, I said Daddy. Come on. Here she is. There she is. There's my girl. Come here. Come. Oh, and she let me catch her. She let me catch her. Good girl. She's looking for Daddy. Do you see her ears? Do you see her ears? Are you waiting for Daddy? Oh, Daddy's home. Go get him. The garage just opened. So I should probably go because I'm 15 minutes over anyway. But she loves any time of day. If I mention Daddy, she stops and she's like, "Is he home? Is he home?" And she runs over to the door because she loves him. She loves him. He is her favorite human outside of Alice. Notice how Mommy's not even on that list. It's Alice and Daddy. Yes. That's how it goes. So on that note, this was a great conversation, my friends. Thank you, Cindy, for prompting the conversation on body positivity and body love, because that was exactly where I wanted this to go. I'm going to have to go in and rearrange all of the titles and the description and everything, but this is where I wanted that chat to go. So thank you for that. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm tired. And speaking of self-love and self-care and all that jazz, your girl is going to go get herself ready for bed, because I cannot talk anymore, and go to sleep, because sleep is important. So I urge you all, go to bed. I hate people using things like language or nudity unnecessarily. Yep, it was just news scenes that didn't advance the plot. Yep. I read the 50 Shades of Grey series, and the first book, the frequency of the romantic scenes was titillating. By the middle of book 2, I'm like, enough already, and I would skip through them to get to more of the plot because I'm like, this is dumb. Read the plot. Oh no, look, there they go again. Flip. Because I wanted the plot. I'm like, this is unnecessary. But it is what it is. But all right, my friends, I will talk to you later. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a good night. do, do.